Hi everybody. It is Friday and that means we do tutor tips. And so every Friday we bring you a 10 or less minute video that will help you get your child the education that they deserve. Hopefully answer some of the questions that you have as a parent of a student who is in school. I am using a little bit of a different setup today, so please bear with me as I try to get the crazy Christmas lights out of my video. And make sure that the picture is good and that you guys can hear me. So if you can hear me, please let me know. If you're watching this later, please let me know. I want to know what is helping you, what you maybe already knew, and what you want to talk about. So today we're talking about flashcards and what you can do as a parent to help your child memorize those multiplication facts without using those boring flashcards, or at least using them in a way that's fun for your child. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let me know if flashcards work for your child, or if your child thinks they're boring, or if you're using them and they just don't seem to be working, because that's pretty common too. So we're going to be talking all this week and all next week about why flashcards don't work very well. The short end of it is like there can be a lot of pressure when it comes to flashcards because basically you're kind of flipping them, you're trying to do them quickly, and that's not always the best thing for your child. It can kind of block their working memory if they feel anxious. And then also not tying those facts to something that's conceptual with your child actually understanding that fact, they're not going to remember that long term. So they may master those facts for the test or for whatever they're trying to do, but then they may lose them. And you may go back later and say, I thought you knew these, but really they didn't have those facts down like you thought that they did. So we're going to talk today about ways that you can help your child memorize multiplication facts, or really any math fact, and these could actually even be modified for spelling words, or even facts that you're trying to learn for history. The key to these are that they're fun, and a lot of them incorporate movement. So kids are more likely to learn if they're having fun. Do you remember maybe your favorite class in middle school or high school? It was probably fun, and you probably remember way more from that class than you did from a boring class. So they're fun and they incorporate movement. Movement helps stick things in your brain. So here are a few of my favorite ways to help kids memorize their multiplication facts when you're in that practicing phase. So you can play horse. You can answer a multiplication fact before making your shot into the basket. You can get that sidewalk chalk out, or things that you can write on outside because it's getting nice outside. Or if you want to stay indoors, you can get like a salt tray or a tray of sand and let your child write the fact and the answer in the sand. You can call out math facts and have your child swat the answer with a pool noodle or a fly swatter, or stomp on it on the ground. Anything that kind of gets them moving and maybe even gets a little bit of aggression out if they're feeling anxious. So you can either write the facts on the ground or on a piece of paper, or you can write the answers and then call out the opposite to have your child swat or stomp at those. You can build multiplication facts with the favorite objects of your child or favorite toys. So like think Legos. If your kid's really into Legos or Duplo or something like that, they can build multiplication facts using those, and we will have some visuals for that next week as well. But using that thing that they're really into can get them to buy in and actually want to work on that skill. And then you can look up multiplication fact songs. So kids who really like singing or really like music may be into songs that talk about the multiplication facts, and they may be able to memorize those songs and therefore memorize the facts. I would just suggest that you make sure they know the fact without having to sing the song all the time. Think about like if you have to sing the ABC song to organize things in alphabetical order. It can take a long time. So make sure your child kind of moves from that song to actually being able to recall the fact pretty quickly. And then my last one, definitely not the only, these are definitely not the only things you can do. These are just examples. Maybe they'll inspire you to do something that you know your child will enjoy. So kids who need more think time. So maybe your child like sees the multiplication fact and they need some time to think about it. You can give them a task that they can do and then come back to you to tell you the fact. So think about like you throw a ball and tell them the fact, and as they run to go get it and then they bring it back to you and they tell you the fact once they bring you the ball back. Or like if you're at the pool as the weather warms up, you can like say the fact and then throw a diving toy, and they go get the diving toy, and when they bring it back to you they tell you the answer. So that kind of gives them some time to think if they're still in that phase where they need to think about it a little bit. They can think while moving, and that's actually going to help them remember that fact better. So the movement here is really great for kids' brains, not only just remembering, but also kids just really need movement in order to be able to think more clearly. We could all probably use a little bit more movement in our lives. If your child is struggling with math or any other subject and you need some help, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to put the link to hop on a consult call with me in the comments. I would really love to talk to you. Even if we don't end up being able to help your child, I want to help you find somebody who can, or find the resources that you need, or find one of our tutors that would be a great match for your child. Let me know in the comments below your favorite way to practice multiplication facts or spelling words or anything else with your child. We're always looking for fun new ideas, and I bet someone else could benefit from that as well. And if you liked this video and you know someone who you think would like it as well, please be sure to share it. I will see you next Friday. I hope you have the best weekend that you can.